It's been a funny ass week. I'll tell you right now, it's been a funny ass week, man. Crazy.
We can start with the versus battle with DMX and Snoop. I know we was all watching and in the group chat, keeping score or whatever, or just giving our opinions on what happened. Personally, I had X winning.
Yo, you know what? I said it last week. I said if he comes in with Swiss, if he comes in with Swiss and he plays that intro first, it is over. And he came in and he played that intro. It's Dark and Hella Side. He played that intro and he had Swizzy in the booth. I'm like, yo, it's over. Call this fight, yo. Let's call this fight. Because that's just the energy. When we said that, because, X started losing the energy. Like, keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. He was like, he was really on some like, and then it was just like,
X is a little, he's just a tad bit out of shape.
You look a little different than the X I'm used to.
A little different. He's XL.
Like I'm a big guy and I hear it, but like I'm used to seeing X like just he's skinny and he came out. I was like, X,
stop doing drugs. I mean, that's what you know what I mean.
Stop doing drugs, and he sounded like he in a good relationship. That relationship with is real, man. You be like start eating and shit. It's bad.
Yeah. X, he was out of breath. He had to sit down. Like it was on like between rounds, like a real fighter. I had to get a break. Sit down on
he asked about
down
sitting
on the stool between every round.
he asked about sitting down, and like the first 10 minutes, he's like, "We gotta stand the whole time." and then Snoop was like, "Nah, we can do that. We want you know." He was like, "All right, good." I was like, "You just walked in, bro."
It's the first one to take a break. First thing, man, let me get a break.
Yo,
we gonna finish it up. It's like 3 songs left.
Low key, underrated. I know he does this. I thought the prayer was hot. Like the prayer in the beginning, I was like, "Word." Even you pray like that and it rhymes, man. Only DMX. only he gonna have you praying, being like, like, all right, if that's how you feel. But it was to me the best versus so far, without a doubt. It was the best so far for me. The catalogs did what I thought they do, and the energy that you can't. Like, Snoop's a legend, 100%. But, dude, when some X songs come on, it's over.
Yeah. It's the vibe. I was sitting there listening. I'm like growling at my kids. I'm like, dude, I'm out here getting hyped, man. I'm like, yo. and then Snoop will come on, just mess up my vibe. Now Snoop goes in a couple songs. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be 100% East Coast biased, just 75. But
it's just 75.
Some of them X songs, I was like, yo, I'm about to just be listening to X all week now.
Yeah, X. Snoop couldn't match it because X got a lot of that Dre G-Funk sound, even though some of the songs were hard, but he couldn't match the energy.
No,
especially like if you were alive back then.
Right, exactly.
That's not like the X. We said it though. We said it last week. Like, yo, if he wins, it'll be off of energy. It'll be off of he played the right songs. And honestly, Swizzy countered everything perfectly. Like something came on and you was like, oh, you was bobbing the Snoop. Swizz came right back and was like, yo, I'm gonna crack you in the head with this shit. Blah. And it was just like done. Every time I felt like he had a great counter.
And I thought Snoop played too much of his spades in early. Like he played like his big jokers like early. Like and X, that's why I think X pulled away towards the end because Snoop was just like he's like Snoop reaching for features and songs with East Siders and people like that. It's like
the dog pound.
Yeah. I don't care what DMX played. I was giving that round to X.
You don't mess with the dog pound? What you mean? Them boys is.
I mess with the dog pound.
Not against X.
That's just like his
no.
homies.
It's his homies that he put on. He was just
those are like the dudes he doing like football coach with.
they coach the kids with him. He said, "You a parent of one of my players. What you want to hop on a track real quick?
Put a song with me?"
No, I know why he did it. But when he did when he went to the Pharrell song, I was like, I knew he's gonna play it because popular. But I hate that song, and I'm like, any X song he counters with, as far as like a song for chicks, is going to murder that song. There's no song that X, if he goes with what these bitches want, or did he do How's It Going Down?
I think he did How's It Going Down.
He did How's It Going Down. I'm like, yo, that's slaughter. You can't play that, you beautiful crap, and then play that. Like, it's over. So I think they knew, and they said it was pre-selected, so it wasn't as spontaneous as they wanted it to be. I don't really care. I think it just set up to make X look good, because like if that's what you went with on purpose, then you wasn't giving my man a shot, because he wasn't winning with them songs. He just wasn't.
No, yeah, like X, and I think X missed out on like some of the songs. Like he didn't play a bunch of features. Like, he didn't play Blackout. He didn't play 24 Hours to Live. Like he could have played songs like that and got some more rounds.
When you played Jigga My Nigga though, I called it. When he played that, it's over. Over. Stop throwing a towel. Stop the fight. When he played that, it was over. It was over. That was good. That was really good. I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, it was good. Snoop, I give Snoop credit. Snoop played, people looking for sexual seduction in some of the other songs like that. But
he needed that.
He could
he needed that, because that's a funny. I don't think it's serious, but I think that would have made it feel like, all right, if he'd have played that, he's winning that round, regardless of what others. Well, not regardless, but he had a good shot if he played it. Because I would have just laughed my ass off.
Man, it was a hit song.
It was. It's funny. It's damn near.
He can't play nothing like that and match the energy X was coming with though. Like that's the problem.
Right.
He played beautiful though and tried to do that shit. That's what I'm saying. It didn't matter if you was gonna make that slow song. It shouldn't have been beautiful. It should have been sexual. I can't even take that song serious. It should have been that song though. If you're gonna do it on that track, not on the other shit.
Yeah, Snoop. I mean, I think Snoop played he played some good stuff. He played some classic material. So, I know people got some people got Snoop winning. Yeah, a lot of people got DMX winning because, I mean, the people that got Snoop winning, it's close either way with some people. I think some just like, I just feel like they just soft. DMX's catalog was just too aggressive for him.
Yeah, I was seeing some people, and I'm like, okay, if you're gonna call it like a close one, then I can respect that. But some people was like, hands down, Snoop won. I'm like, were you there?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
were you in the chat?
Nothing. Nah.
Yeah, and those people, I just say like DMX is too aggressive for those type of people. Like his music's just too hard for them. Like you can tell they listen to a lot of J. Cole and
stop it.
No, chill. He's like J. Cole. Like, no, chill. J. Cole's he's nice.
No, he can rap, but he
ain't got no hard shit.
Put you to sleep.
He got no hard shit.
Sometimes you need that. What's up?
Got that ambient flow.
Yeah, J. Cole.
Yo,
come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, he nice. He just how many bangers he got? I'll wait.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like people,
he let my man Nas down. All right, so relax.
He did. That album was trash. I mean, let's not bring up Nas, okay? We're not doing that today. Fucking Nas.
Leave J. Cole in the but I mean, it's just if you pick Snoop and Thug Dogg as a wipe out, then you didn't play sports.
Wow. He said you didn't play sports?
That's a hell of a correlation.
You wild.
I ain't talking about organized. I'm talking about outside in the street. Like you stayed in the house. You didn't go outside.
Did you stay in the house?
Well.
Yeah, if you got Snoop winning by a landslide, you didn't leave the house. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Or you know what? I'll give you one other thing. Or if like you 40, 50 and you just Snoop's been out forever. So it's that was more so or if you want the West Coast. Like they like that kind of that slower shit. Like I mean, like I said, I feel like if it's good, it's good. Like forget the coast, forget the era. If it's good music, it's good music, and I think it is. But in a battle like this, where it's like boom, 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 because like I said, like you said last week, if it had been who has more hit songs, it's obviously Snoop. It's obviously Snoop. He got more. He has more. But if it's who had a banger for a banger, like Muddy the Waters a bit more, then it's got to be X. And like I said, his counter game was on point. And
DMX showed that he doesn't need as much help as Snoop. The DMX, most of his songs were by him. They weren't features.
That's
solo.
Real. That is real.
Moving on.
Next president of the United States?
He could be, but he's also saying that he's getting out of the sunken place.
Oh my God, this dude is just.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about him anymore. Apparently, he's bipolar, so we can't talk too much shit about him. Apparently, I don't know how true that is, but he's bipolar. So
other than pump faking everybody on his album that was supposed to come out. Kanye went on a rant where he disrespected Harriet Tubman, and then he kind of, after doing that, even though you had some new blacks who talking about, I get what he's saying, like it's nothing to understand.
Like how do you only Kanye can go at Harriet Tubman and anybody say, I mean, I get what he mean though. Like, whoa, wait a minute, wait. There's some people in like culture that you just can't. You can't come for Harriet Tubman. You came for her, and it was just like some people were like, yeah, I get what he's saying though.
I get what he's saying. Like, no, there's nothing to get.
Nothing to get at all.
I didn't see what he said. What did he say?
He said Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. She just got them to work for more white people.
What?
Which, yeah.
Did y'all see the clapback from her family?
No, I didn't see that.
They said if it wasn't for Harriet Tubman, that Kanye asked to be in the field. Like, they clapped back at him.
Kanye might have been in the house.
No, him. He didn't. He didn't find him in the house talking about something. Listen, we got a love master. Like, what are you talking about? All right.
Okay. Like, just to start, like, I mean, just historically, I mean, we don't know. Harry, I mean, did they have working papers after they got freed? Like, I don't know what he was like getting at. Like, oh, she just got them to work for white people. Like, I don't like. Kanye just going on a rant, but
does he not think that's better than getting beat?
Yeah, like even if they did get jobs as free people, I mean, getting paid for your labor as opposed to getting beat for it. So, but Kanye, it's amazing how Kanye can kind of say something outrageous and then that get slid under the rug because he went on another rant outing the Kardashians.
I mean,
all
he clearly appears to be off his meds. I mean, if he is bipolar, he definitely seems to be exhibiting all the symptoms that he is. Because, like, it went from bad. I mean, you didn't even talk about how he the whole crying at that same, I mean, say trash Harry Tubman, but, like, his historical inaccuracies. He then started, like, crying about how my dad wanted to murder me and my mom saved my life. And I'm just like, everybody that's in this room, I'm like, do y'all feel comfortable? Because I would feel like I have to leave. I would feel like I would just, you know how you watch somebody and you say you at a party or you at a function and a kid just starts acting wild. Y'all know, y'all had kids. You got kids. Like, y'all know kids are acting wild and you just like, oh my God, I want to be anywhere but here right now. Or it's someone else's kid and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, time to leave the party.
He just wilding out. Like,
you know where this is going?
He had a grown man, like, full on baby temper tantrum and was like, people were still there like, it's okay, Kanye, we love you. I was like, y'all crazy as shit. Like, he needs to be home with his family or with whoever he need to be home with. Like, he don't need to be going for no president. He need to be taking his meds, like, on bed rest. He just went completely nuts. And like you mentioned, Reed, then he hopped on Twitter and was like, I've been trying to divorce Kim because she met with Meek Mill without telling me. And they're trying to have me sit down with doctors. I'm just like, somebody cut this man's Twitter account. Somebody talk to him.
Definitely need to unplug the router or something.
Right?
Yeah. I was with him for leaving Kim, but
present day sirens, man.
just
lead them into they do.
Because even though some of the stuff he says, I think is some truth into some of the stuff that he was saying. So, you know, especially when he was attacking Kris Jenner and basically saying that his daughters would never be on Playboy and not going to take. I mean, basically saying Kris Jenner pimped her kids out, which
has been said before. Is accurate because, like, she marketed that whole team like that's what she did.
Yeah. So, you know, Kanye, you know, it's just amazing how he can market himself. You know, now I've been one of the people, I've been attacked on Twitter multiple times by my Kanye takes because I was one of the first people to say he's not a genius, and then the new blacks will just jump on me and call me.
They're not going to accept
call
that.
me crazy.
No one's accepting that.
To me, he hasn't shown anything to show that he's a genius. He's pretty much steals everybody's stuff. Even going back to his early albums, like you if you ever notice one thing about Kanye, he ride whatever wave is hot. So yeah, you look at his first album, who was on there? It's like Consequence and Kweli and Mos Def and more socially conscious rappers, and that's the wave he was on. You know, he wasn't super fashionable. He was wearing a book bag, like everywhere. I don't even know if anything was even in it. He was wearing a book bag and a polo shirt and big jeans, right?
Yo, Mr. Big Jeans and the polo shirts.
Yeah, and he was wearing that, and he was on that wave like the first couple albums, and then started riding the Kid Cudi wave, Chance the Rapper, you know, you could just start naming people, and he starts riding that way. And then when you hear people that say they work with Kanye on albums, they'll tell you it'll be, I remember RZA was saying, like, it's a room and it's like 20 people throwing out ideas and making beats, or, you know, or Mickey Fax was on, I think the podcast with Math Hoffa. You know, he was one of the writers for Kanye, and he said he'll have a bunch of rappers in the room, and he said, write your best 16, and he'll just pick out the best lines and then make his own 16. Like, me, yeah,
wow,
like, to me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like
that. Oh, damn.
I mean, that's why he made the whole song where he was, like, humming, right? Like, he just forgot to finish the song. Like, what's
like
30 hours?
His notebook ran out. Like, he was like,
the notebook ran.
You know, he's like,
yeah.
So I and I knew all that. Like, I never looked at Kanye as a genius because he just takes everything. Something like he's the Quentin Tarantino of music. Quentin Tarantino said himself, everything he's done in music, he's stolen. You just don't know where you get it from.
I mean, that's fair. If he's a genius, you gotta call Diddy a genius too.
Right, but they don't
because he's sample heavy. That's all he. That's all Kanye did early on. Sample heavy.
They don't. They.
No one called him. No one called Diddy a genius about anything. Ever.
No.
Ever.
No. They don't call it like it's and it's all because he markets himself as that, or he does stuff different. Because that's all you got to do now to be a genius is do something weird or do something different, and they'll call you a genius. Just because like Lupe made an album and the first song is about dinosaurs, and people call him super lyrical. And it's like,
come on, let's stop talking Lupe too. Let's stop.
I hated that debate.
Lupe got a couple joints now.
No, he does. I mean, Lupe.
Sure.
It's the whole. Just because you don't understand him, don't mean that he deep. And I always get everything he's saying, but people sit there and tell me like, no, you don't. Like, yes, I do. It's just not that smart.
He is a quintessential guy of that. Like, yo, he's so deep. Like, but is he?
Yeah,
like, he is the poster child for that.
Like, yeah, people like Lupe is deep, J. Cole is deep, Kanye is deep. Like, what are y'all talking about?
I don't think J. Cole deep at all. Actually,
no.
Not even a little bit.
Not.
He made a whole album about being in high school. Essentially, I'm not like like that. When that shit came out, like it was a whole album about him in high school. I was just like, nigga, I don't care about any of this. I'm an adult. I'm a grown man.
Put it to you this way, like if DMX, if J. Cole did Slippin', imagine like what type of genius they would call him. Because DMX did it, like everybody loves the song, but they don't call him genius for writing it. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the thing. Like there are actual geniuses that have graced hip hop, and it's so easily thrown around now. Like DMX is a genius. That's a guy you can call him that and be like, I mean, his ability to tell a story and make you feel like you were there.
Fact.
Like them songs that he played in Versus, I was just like, this shit it puts you in a mood, or like it puts you in like a zone of like
back.
I'm right here with you as a kid and you going through some shit and I'm right there with you. Like your favorite rapper ain't doing that now. Cole ain't making you feel that way now. I'm sorry, he good, but like there's a level of like he said it in the verse, he said, write that pain. Like he really writing some real shit. Like it's
J. Cole makes you feel like you're on an episode of Everybody Hates Chris.
So appropriate. He got that sitcom flow.
I mean, that's what they do now.
That's what he do now. I don't think everybody even does that. That's what he does though, for sure.
Right. And Kanye makes you feel like you're on an episode of House. So that's what.
or apparently Get Out, from how you be talking. He
said, Get Out.
He said Get Out. It was based on my life. I was like,
I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean,
no, Chris Jenner got the tea and shit.
Yeah, like he's trying to get out. Like because other reporters, he's refusing to see Kim. Doesn't want to see Kim. And they're going for a divorce and everything like that, or that's the rumors. So
she ain't got time. She ain't got time for this. He done ran his course. He acting crazy, or at least that's how she feels. And I mean, he does appear to be crazy. I mean, I don't want to hear about, well, someone said he's not crazy. Like, nah, he's doing crazy shit. Maybe it is bipolar and it's a diagnosed thing. I don't know. I ain't his doctor, but as far as I see, he crazy.
It's hard to tell with Kanye because normally when these rants come, he's normally promoting something.
That's what it's hard to believe you if the timing's always so convenient. It's hard for me to believe you if it's like, yo, I'm going crazy. Album drops tomorrow. Like, it's hard for me to believe that you really going crazy. And I always say, like, you don't really know what's going on with people behind closed doors. I know Kanye makes music. I don't know. I know he's married apparently, and he supposedly has kids. I ain't seen them kids born. They look kind of like him, I guess. I don't know anything but what I see, right? I don't really know what's going on. So you may be bipolar, or maybe they're playing this whole shit up because the way y'all work, especially the Kardashian side of this shit, is all press is good press. You turn a sex tape into a career. I don't know if you care about being looked at as crazy in the headlines because it brings attention. It brings eyeballs. He's trending. He drops this half-assed album that people are saying, oh my God, there's a beat on there I've never heard. It's a genius. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I have to be skeptical because I'm not in the know, or we're never gonna be in the know. I don't really need to be. Like, you know what I mean? Just take
to be fair, he does appear to be exhibiting the manic highs and the crazy lows. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
When you think about like what bipolar is, it's just like their highs are like 10 times higher than everybody, and their lows are like 10 times lower than everybody. So he does appear to be doing that, which that would lead me to believe that he's just not believing in the medication that he's taking, or something's triggering it.
Mm-hmm. But which can make sense too. But I think a lot of people are trying to say he started acting like this after his mother passed. But when you look back at Kanye's been doing this before that. So if everybody was saying he needs help now, like he been needed help. Even when you think about George Bush hates black people, that was a rant. Like, he didn't read off the teleprompter. He just went off the cuff, just saying, like, if people only focus in on George Bush hates black people, he was saying random stuff for at least 5-10 minutes.
Random stuff.
Yeah,
that's
Austin Powers.
The Austin Powers, the Mike Myers face was just like,
yeah, cut.
Yo, no, I do not condone this statement. Please.
Right. He's been doing this, but people just never really paid attention to it because they were too busy calling him a genius.
I don't think people care enough, honestly. If there is something wrong, I don't think people care enough. I mean, they don't. In my opinion, I feel like we say it because it's popular, but like, again, in a week, if you start acting normal, no one's gonna be like, "Hey, I wonder how Kanye's doing." No one's gonna care. It's popular now. It's gonna fade next week. Hopefully, if he does have issues, he gets them figured out. But I'm just going off of what he is, what I know to be true, which is he seems to be on some shit right now, and his platform is too big to just be that reckless because people believe that shit. I mean, look at the president. Right. You said some stupid, wild shit, and most people may think, that's kind of dumb, or I'll do some research, or I'll think about it. No, when somebody that big says something, you're just like, oh, well, if he said it, it must be true. And that's just scary.
Right. So
what's the last good Kanye album before we move on? Like, what if he's like the genius? What do you think his last Graduation?
For me,
so that's what
for me, Graduation. I know most people will say my Dark Twisted Fantasy, which I mean, I thought it was a good album. I don't think it's like people call it a perfect album. I don't see how.
To me, everything after Graduation, I haven't even listened consistently after Graduation. When you started saying the stuff you've been saying, I was just like, nah, I'm not even invested to listen to this. And what I've heard, I'm not like. Graduation was when he beat 50, and that hurt. I was a 50 guy. And I'm like, yo, 50 gonna beat him. Like, the whole contest, who gonna sell more? He's baked 50. I was like,
and I know it's a lot of conspiracy theories behind that battle.
Really?
You know, yeah. You know, I don't think we got time to get into it, but yeah, like when you look at it, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about it because I think a lot of people wanted to get 50 out that was in the industry, so
he ain't likable. That's
that's
a fact.
It pushed Kanye, so
yeah, he was more agreeable at the time. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So next, I guess we can go into some NBA talk. Since NBA started this week, well, at least the scrimmages started this week. And I know the big debate that's been going on in the NBA. I know G, you're a LeBron guy, but they've been
whoa.
saying is Giannis or LeBron the MVP this season?
What?
Yeah, that's been the question. Is LeBron or Giannis? And it's been a lot of media people you know his plants, Kendrick Perkins, Windhorse,
his plants,
Coward, Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, you know as usual. And they've been going hard, and I mean ridiculously hard to try to say LeBron is the MVP.
I'm not giving him MVP.
No, I don't think he's MVP this year either. Like, I mean, but they've been going so hard. Kendrick Perkins has been downplaying Anthony Davis all week.
That's
to
wild.
try to make it seem like LeBron is in the same situation as Giannis.
So that is insane.
Yeah, like it's Giannis is averaging 30, 14, 6 in like 2 blocks and a steal or something like that. He's like a leading candidate for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And they, people want to keep saying, well, LeBron because he's old. It's like there's a guy on your team that leads the team in every stat except assists. Like,
I'm trying to see who they got on their team now. Like, the Bucks don't even really have anybody. They lost some key pieces, and they
lost Brogdon.
Really replace them.
Like,
they did not really replace them.
Yeah, when they lost Brogdon, people was wondering if they would even be that good this year. And Giannis still has them with the number 1 record in the league. People keep saying, well, if Giannis wasn't on the team, the Bucks would still make the playoffs.
Nah.
Who said the Lakers still wouldn't make the playoffs? They got Anthony Davis. Like, what's the difference?
So who else other than those two though? Because I feel like are those the obvious front runners, or because I know there was a. Go ahead.
I think for me personally, I think those are the obvious front runners, I guess. But I think I would have Chris Paul in that mix because nobody expected OKC to be anywhere near the playoffs this year.
True.
That's fair, but they never do that. Like the surprise team never seemingly gets the credit of, but I'm saying like they shouldn't be this good. I think he absolutely should be in it, but like 3rd, 4th finish, maybe, if that, they're not going to give him like a real shot at it. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't really know who else would be on that caliber to even be up there. I would put Anthony Davis up there. Like, if you think about it, Anthony Davis.
I was going to say, AD should be up there.
Yeah, he should be up there because when you look at it this way, when you have the Lakers didn't make the playoffs last year. He comes to the team, he leads them in almost every stat, and they're the 1 seed. So how he's not a candidate is kind of, beyond me. Like, I don't know why they don't look at him as a serious candidate for MVP.
It's the LeBron effect. Everyone on the team is not as good because they're amazing now because LeBron has injected his power into them. And now they're amazing. Before, they were okay. Then LeBron came and made them exemplary. That's what happened. Every time.
It's funny that you said that because Kendrick Perkins I think this week said Anthony Davis is performing like this because of LeBron.
It's right out the LeBron media pundit playbook. It's just he's amazing. My guy is amazing, but he's better because LeBron's there. Okay. All right. So no one's great on their own. No.
When KD said it's a toxic environment around LeBron, he never meant like LeBron himself. It's the people, it's the media and everybody else around LeBron because you're never going to get the credit you deserve. And here's one thing that I don't like that LeBron does. LeBron's not going to give you the credit you deserve.
No.
So
you don't need to.
Yeah. Don't even start with that shit.
Even Michael Jordan said I wouldn't have won without Pippen.
He did say that.
So this
and also never said he was the greatest. And always gave credit to somebody else. Like as cocky as Mike is, Mike always was like, I'm not out here campaigning for the greatest. in his mind, he thinks he's the greatest. Let's not bullshit it. In Mike's mind, I'm the best. Fuck all y'all. 100%. Right. But he never says it. He's always like, man, you gotta put so-and-so up there and so-and-so. And he's a great player. He's a great player. And I had a great team.
Well, LeBron do that too. LeBron did that with Wade and Bosh. And
even on that Heat team, they got second best. Even to Wade, who was a champion before he got there, had to be like second. I'm saying if LeBron can do that to D Wade, Chris Bosh, whatever, but D Wade, he's gonna do it to AD. He did it to Kyrie. He gonna do it to everybody.
He did it to Kyrie, and that's when I told people that Kyrie was gonna leave, because when they won the championship and they did their parade and everything like that, like LeBron named all the teammates and he didn't mention Kyrie.
Difficult.
I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, because if I'm Kyrie, it's like, all right, you supposed to know. Even if the media doesn't give me credit, you supposed to know.
Right, and that should be where it comes from first, because you in here with me, you see what I'm doing, and more importantly, we know LeBron's clutch gene is kind of faulty. Like, you need a dude like Kyrie, who's like, right. I can take it when you need it. Like, that's why he needed a way. Like, I need somebody who, when I need a shot, I need a bucket, you can get it for me. Those guys have that. Kyrie probably has it more than anybody in the league right now in terms of like, yo, I'm going to get you a bucket real quick. I'm going to get you that shot real quick. Like, he's got that gene. That's that RIP. That's that Mamba gene. He got it. He definitely has it. He don't got everything else the Mamba has, but he got that, like, I'm going to get that shot for you. LeBron needs a guy like that because LeBron does not have that gene.
And that's what makes it interesting this year, this season for the Lakers, because he doesn't have a guy like that, because Anthony Davis isn't really known for that either. So
he got Danny Green.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, when I'm looking on Twitter and everything else like that, the excuses are coming for the Lakers. They already started.
They got JR too. Danny Green and JR. He good.
And Deion
JR
Wade
is an excuse. He got to deal with JR again.
Listen,
he's an excuse.
I've been seeing people talk about, this team isn't that good. If LeBron wins this team, like this is how they hedge their bets. Because if they lose, the team ain't that good and he needs more help. But if he wins, it's, he did this despite all the odds, even though they're the number one seeded team in the West.
And he's got an MVP candidate on his team.
And he's got an MVP candidate on his team. And I'm looking at the roster. I'm like, okay, people are looking like the Lakers have a good chance to win, not only because you have LeBron, you have Anthony Davis, you have bigs, you got Dwight Howard, you got JaVale McGee, you got Waiters, you got J.R. Smith, you got Danny Green. You have guys with not only championships, they have a lot of experience. So that goes a long way, when you play in a team like Dallas, who they might be talented with a bunch of shooters and a young player, young prodigy, but they don't have experience. They don't have champions. That matters.
They're gonna be deer in the headlights.
Beat young teams all the time.
Even if Doncic goes off, KP ain't ever been there. The rest of that squad's never been there. Like, I'm not worried about Seth Curry or Hardaway Jr. hitting a jumper as a dagger. Like, I'm not worried about that shit at all. Is Westbrook got COVID? Is he out too? Because I'm thinking about who's gonna stop him in the West.
He was playing yesterday. He
played? But,
I thought he said he had it before, so like he was just letting you know that he did have it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's playing. Like, how do y'all feel about how it looks?
I think I wish there was no fucking basketball. Like, I still feel like that. And I hate to feel like that because I'm like, it's just not – it's exhibition games and, like, there was okay, I was watching a couple of the games and I'm seeing like LeBron coming through, he dunks to the ball. Oh, cool. All I hear is like, yeah. Like, it's just stupid. It's dumb to me. And I'm like, the crowd is a big thing. Like, we Knicks fans, the Willis Reed moment, like that kind of shit is like, dude, like you need the people there. Like, fans, though. I don't. Fuck, honestly, if you want to fight off screen, we can fight.
We not Knicks fans.
Just let me. This is Knicks fans is my heart. So watch it. Point is, By the way, how sad is it that my moment is like 30 years old? It's fucking sad. Anyways, the point is, you need that environment. You don't have it. So I'm like, I don't care who wins. Shit, the Knicks can win. They're not there. But let's say somebody that shitty wins. I'm not gonna care. I'm like, oh, we got a title. I'm like, yeah, it's just like a half title. I'm not taking that shit seriously. I'm just not. So like, I'm gonna watch because like I, sports starved and I'll watch it. But I think they did the best they could under the circumstances. Like they did the best they could. Like they made it look nice and cool and all that shit. But when you gotta have, I don't know, 100th of the people there, it's just not gonna feel the same. That's just me. I wish they would have just. Yeah, I would have rather them spend time fixing shit for next year to have real basketball the way we would like it or closer to that. Personally.
Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying because, looking forward, the way the scrimmages look is exactly how the season's about to look. Because normally when you watch a preseason game, like it look like you don't mind like a preseason game looking like that because preseason nobody knows the counts and then like when the regular season starts, people are going to be there and the energy and everything else is going to be there, and then you just know like this is what the championship is going to look like this.
Right. Nothing's changing for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. It's going to be just this. Yay. I'm not excited for that. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm cool with it just because, like you said, I'm just starved for something. Right. And I done picked up sports that I never thought I'd ever play. I'm so starved. Like, I'm playing tennis. I'm over here I just need something, man. So I'm cool.
I bought a parachute. When a parachute you put on for when you're running?
Yeah.
I bought one of those.
Yo, you saw me today, man. Like I was hyped to play defense, Mike. I didn't even touch a ball. I was just playing defense.
Y'all played ball
an hour
today?
Straight. We was working out, but
we was working kids out. Yeah,
an hour straight. An hour straight. I opted to play defense.
Yeah.
Come on, shameless plug, solid prep group. Like, what y'all do? Shameless plug. What's up?
You put in work.
People know. Holla at the people. Let them know what's up.
Solid prep. We've been doing it for a few years. We've been, we use basketball as like a hook, but we do so much. Yeah, we train them. We do all that stuff with basketball, but we also do, mentoring, life skills, technology stuff. I mean, we do the whole. We're in our bag. We're in our bag. I say that. So we coming up. But
look at that.
Like so we've been finding creative ways to be out here even during the COVID. That's why I'm buying parachutes and shit.
I got like weighted basketballs, hoop to shoot on. Sit there. It's I'm starved, man.
I mean,
I even brought a football out to the basketball court. Like I was like, shit, if we gonna be outside, I might as well try to play every sport I can.
Right. He said we gonna play every sport.
Yeah, we it's been that way.
Oh man. I mean,
we've been on the field.
I think we all are. I mean, like baseball came back. I was watching some of that. Like, it's
I'm never that starved.
Sports. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll never be that starved.
I used to think.
Well, I'm a baseball fan, so for me, like, I don't mind. I like the Yankees. I'm like all about my New York teams, I guess. So it's.
I'm not a baseball guy till playoffs.
People say that. I hear that a lot. People say that a lot. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because they play.
Basketball's a little more intriguing game.
Yeah, baseball. Yeah, baseball. They play every day, sometimes twice a day. It looks like the same game.
Only sport that you play twice. Only sport you can play twice a day. That's a fact.
I used to think my grandfather loved baseball because he used to have it on every night in the summer until he told me, no, it's good to go to sleep to.
Oh, that's disrespectful. It's a whole league of people. That's just rude. He said it's good to go to sleep to. Damn. I don't feel like that.
This whole time, I
love baseball.
Die hard.
Nah, he ain't die hard. He said, F that. That's funny. that is funny, though. That is funny. Oh, my goodness.
So I think you had one more to tackle real quick. This is I guess this is a little bit out of bounds or whatever. But Black Twitter.
Black Twitter.
Oh man, I must have missed something. It sounds like I missed something.
This would be a recurring theme. Black Twitter is always on some shit. Black Twitter is always a problem.
Yeah, like, cause I've said Black Twitter is probably the worst thing out for Black people.
Ooh.
But,
hot take. You said it. No. Say it again. Black Twitter is what now?
It's the worst thing for Black people.
Oh,
because mainly because they attack everything. It's like
a lot of fights.
It's like no matter what it is, they are going to attack it and try to destroy it. Like it can, unless it fits the whatever agenda Black Twitter is on right now. So I mean, it was what's her name, Erica something, and she's pretty popular on Instagram or whatever, and she made a post yesterday about it's a positive post about Black men, and the way they attacked her, like full onslaught attack.
Like,
we're saying that.
What did they
basically
say? Though?
Basically, she said she's not denying, there are Black men that do whatever, right? But then she goes on to say that that's not the majority. She says statistically, you can look at the stats, and most 80% of Black men marry Black women, or they protect Black women, and they do this and they do that.
Oh yeah,
and she
100%.
was mentioning. Yeah, and she was mentioning all these things. She gave examples of these things, and then people still went and attacked her like it's not true.
It don't fit their narrative, man.
Right.
That's it.
And
that's it.
And that's why, it's like Black Twitter is the worst place for Black folks, because it's really meant to push agendas that hurt Black folks. So look at like Nick Cannon. Like, they was riding with him, and then he apologizes, and they
turned on him.
They turned on him like that quick, like not even 24 hours.
There's a lot of just pushing what fits your narrative, and there's always the devil's advocate when it comes to Black Twitter. If you say one good thing, it's like people do this. Like, I saw something too. Matter of fact, what was it? I think Wale had a post. And he just said something like, man, something about Black men, like sometimes people be going through things, you want to just give them love and give them empathy and be there for them, right? And then, like, this is Wale. Wale is so unproblematic. Don't go for a fight. And they were like
Wale.
Huh?
I hate when Wale speaks.
Oh my! First off, I'm about to mute your ass. Shut up. The point I'm making is he said a random statement about look out for your Black men, and Chicks was like, but Black men are always perpetrating abuse against their own, and It just roasted him, and all he said was, "Yo, man, miss, I ain't even here for the energy. Have a good morning." That's all he said to her. She comes back, but that's the problem. You be dismissing Black women, and then I was just like, I was done.
It's a lose-lose.
I was like, what's wrong with you? This man just say, look out for people, care about people, love the Black men in your life, love everybody in your life, whatever. And she was just like, no, because Black men do this, and this. And that's why I don't. And I'm just like, but that's Black Twitter in a nutshell.
It is.
And somebody says something, and it's like, nope, I got to talk about how this didn't happen for other people. Like, what are we doing right now?
The first time I noticed how bad it was is when they went and canceled Nate Parker for Birth of a Nation because of his rape allegation. First of all, the other thing Black Twitter does, they don't do any research, or
they don't follow up.
And even if you put the facts in their face, they'll still try to act like, oh, well, that's different, or that's not. What source is that? Like, he'd be like, oh, this source is from the actual law, you know, the actual records. You know what I mean? Like Nate Parker, when he was accused and he got off, I'm like, if anybody knows that he was at Penn State at the time, I said, if anybody knows anything about Pennsylvania, if you get off for raping a white woman or allegedly raping a white woman in Pennsylvania, you really did. So, you know, for them to just go after
somewhere
him,
else, clearly.
Yeah. So like, and that was the first time I noticed like how they just cancel people who don't fit a narrative or anything that's positive coming from Black men primarily.
Black men are under
like
attack.
Look at like that show Black as Fuck, Kenya Burks. I think it's funny, but they attacked him because the show's based on his real life, and he's light skinned, his wife's light skinned, kids light skinned, and they got mad at him because there's no dark skinned people on the show.
Actually, and that's not true. Because one of the girls is dark skinned. The one doing the show. The one that's doing the show in the show. I like Black AF too. Funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Kanye Barris is real. Like, I'm messing with Kanye Barris.
It is like,
funny.
Yeah. I gotta give it another chance, man. I watched one episode and I was like, all right, I hope it gets better. The first episode to me was kind of corny.
Oh yeah. You gotta watch it. It's pretty. It's
good. It's good. Like, I saw some parallels in my life, like just when they talked about like white gays, how like you do things to look certain way. Obviously, like if you watch me, I got changed and shit. So like I'm used to have like people be like, oh yeah, like I swear, especially down here in the New York area, I swear I get treated like I'm somebody more important than I am. They think, oh, who was that? That's like DJ Khaled. Like I'll be wondering, I'll be wondering who they think I am, like, because I'm like, I walk into a spot, like, I walk into like a steakhouse, whatever, right? It's expensive as fuck. I got the chains on. I didn't even realize. They'd be like, oh, who was that? So and so. Or like, I'm a football player. I think he plays for the Jets or some shit. Like, I'm assuming they think some shit like that, and I'm just like, nah, I'm just living life. Yeah. Like, I'm not. But like that white gaze talking about, like. GAZE, so make sure we get that clear. Go check out Black AF. You gotta be clear because
my favorite episode, even if you don't like the one with Tyler Perry that was in it, he was talking about like black movies versus white movies, and he was just like when he was talking to his cousin, and his cousin talked about how much he loved Juwanna Mann.
He's like, yo, he said that was a classic. He's like,
you love that movie?
He said it was a classic. What? That show is fun.
But he just, it's a funny show.
I'll give it 3 episodes, man. I don't know. The first one was just corny to me. It was too, and I understand what it like. Obviously, he wrote Blackish, so I understand that it's gonna be similar. But I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like Blackish would have had that conversation better.
I think he's like really, to me, from what I watched, this is how he is. So it's not like I'm trying to be something. He's like this apparently, and I know people. Not shameless plug. I know people who kind of know him and know people who work with him. Like, this is who he is. So like how he walk around and how he talk, like that's who he is. So I was like, that's kind of cool.
But even though the fact that like I may not like it, like I would never go on Twitter and dog it, right? Like I could definitely recognize that this is a good thing for our people to have something out there. You know, how many of our people were employed during this? So I'm not going to sit there and get it kicked off of air.
I've actually I've came around on Tyler Perry. I used to hate all his shit, but then I was like, you know what? You kind of need him. He's kind of needed for the culture. Like he puts people on. Like I can go on Twitter and bash the shit out of him. Like you're writing this trash. Your stories are cliche. Everybody on drugs. Like this is bullshit. I can do that and could be maybe justified or not justified, but at the same time, my man puts people on. He's making an empire. Like, go ahead and build. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just be like, your shit trash. You should have watched that shit. Nah, man, go watch Tyler Perry shit. Like, go watch all his shit. Go buy all his shit. Like, why not?
They tried to cancel him too. I like black women was talking about, he eats off making black women look bad. I'm like, y'all see the men he puts in this?
I was about to say, what?
Like, what are you talking
you ever
about?
seen a show?
Every show has a dude that's a complete asshole, at least 2 or 3.
The black Twitter like, but no, like when he make the men look bad, that's accurate. It's like, no, it's not. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Twitter is ridiculous.
It's like, and that's my thing. Like, we like Black Twitter takes all their energy to cancel black things.
Cancel.
And
then, yo, it's a lot of that. I hate to say that, like, yo, but there's a lot of like, and I get it. Black men, we don't do ourselves a lot of favors as a group. Too many of us do dumb shit. I get that, but it's not the majority. That's media headline shit. That's media spin. Every black man ain't with their kids. Every black man either been in jail or about to go to jail. Every one of them ain't got no money. Everyone gonna try to beat you. Like, that's not all of them. Like, just stop that narrative. It's not all of us. And I think that's what infuses into Black Twitter, because it's a bunch of like people who want that narrative for some reason to exist. And so if you a black man, you under attack. And I just think that shit's crazy. You gotta stop that.
I just wonder, like, what circles do they be in? Because I know a bunch of stand-up black men. I could probably name a good 20 of them.
Right.
I know personally. Exactly. And I know if they like me, I know they probably know just as many. So I'm like, their circles is off.
And I think that's where one of the issues lies, where they'll agree with a narrative they don't even really agree with, just because it's the wave, it's popular, it's getting likes, getting attention. Retweets
100%.
Because it's like, do you even like I got into a debate with this girl on Facebook about she claimed that black men hated her for being smart, solely being smart. Like,
Facebook is the gutter of social media, by the way. You gotta be careful on Facebook. Facebook is like the trash now.
Facebook it used to be for college people, now it's like for people who are not going to college.
Damn! Hot take!
It's true. But it was just like arguing with her. She told me, because I asked her, like, what examples do you have of this? Like, did you get like a 98 on the test and black boys just started attacking you because you got a 98? Or
yo, smart ass, you stupid.
Right. Like
ugly. You got all these good high grades and shit.
And then she said, she mentioned something about her hobbies and stuff that she was interested in. She got made fun of that. I said, that's not the same as being smart. Like, if you're saying that you got teased for being a nerd, that's across the board. It ain't just you. You know what I mean? Then she said I was exercising my black male privilege. I don't even know what that means.
That? Could somebody explain to me what that is?
I told her, like, we're at the bottom of every stat. Like, what privilege do we have?
I mean, I guess the whole we're men thing. Technically, sexism is older than racism. So I guess perceivably in that respect, but I mean, we're feared, we're murdered. We go to jail more often. We get paid less. Like, there aren't many things that we're better at.
That's what I'm saying. So like, even in that conversation, I'm sitting there trying to, how am I exercising my privilege when I'm basically, I didn't say that her experience wasn't true. I just said solely for being smart doesn't sound like an accurate statement. And goes to find out, like, this girl made a post later that day and she spelled ice cream as one word. So I'm like, I don't know how smart you was.
Now you go.
Yeah,
now you are disrespecting her because he's just like, kids, ice cream, yo, dumbass.
But it was like proving my point. Like, it was just proving my point that you just riding a narrative just because that's what the post is about, and you just want to argue with people.
What's the song? That stupid. It's an awful song. That Cardi B Offset shit. Do anything for clout. That's what it is. Is people do shit for clout. I feel like there's two ways you build presence, right? You do what you like and you stick in those circles, or you see what's popular and you hop in that circle. Too many people do the latter. Oh, bashing this is what's popular right now. Just being a troll in general is what's popular. So I'm a troll, whatever.
I fucks with being a troll. I fucks with it.
And you part of the fucking problem. Stop being a troll at the damn time. But that is the issue, because it's fun. It's fun pissing people off and being like, yo, they so mad right now, typing, they so mad. Like, it's fun. I get it. But that's why everybody hops in and they're like, yo, well, I'm being a troll. And so you find people who are on Black Twitter who want to be trolls. They find narratives that fit their troll shit and they just ride that wave until it dies out, until the next shit comes. They ride that wave. I want to get looks. I want to get likes. I want to get my OnlyFans popping. You know, that's the thing now. So like, you got to get followers. That's how
I'm
you
a
get
healthy
them.
troll. I'm a healthy troll. Rick know how I troll.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm probably more like Reek, and I have to be careful with what I like when Reek posts, because Reek be getting dogged. Like, they be just coming. Like, yo, my man ain't even say nothing.
Right. Like, I mean, I've been attacked.
Yo,
I'm going to war with Black Twitter.
I haven't had a war with Black Twitter in a while. Maybe it's time.
Just reply to one of Reek tweets. True.
Yeah. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. All right.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's just like, you know, before, I know we ain't got much time left, but it's just like, it's not that bad.
It's just not that bad.
Like, people think being canceled and all that stuff, like, it's, you know, I'm not a celebrity, so I can imagine their onslaught is kind of like, you know, 10 times mine have been, but it's still like, at the same time, it's like, it's not, you don't even read most of them.
I would imagine most celebrities don't either. You turn that shit off, or you turn off replies, and you just be like, ha ha ha, go and tweet unaffected.
I leave them on. I leave them on.
You want the smoke.
Yeah, it's like
Reek wants the smoke.
Yeah, I don't be care. I let them start arguing amongst themselves, and you know what? Yeah, you know, black Twitter is you know, it's very detrimental. And the only thing is, it's like, it can be used for so much better. But
I think initially it was, and then they just became, at some point it lost that.
It became Black Lives Matter. Same crowd.
You ain't got time for that one.
Yeah, I'm about to say, is we doing it? We doing this?
We got time for that one. Black lives do matter, but that movement has got some issues with that movement. We just gonna say, I'm gonna just leave it there. We gonna keep going for another 3 hours.
We'll just leave it on the mission statement that it doesn't mention black men on any other thing that people that they're trying to help as far as black lives.
You're going too far.
Yo, no. I read that joint and I'm like, huh?
Yeah, it's like, where am I represented?
Okay. This sounds a little targeted.
Yeah, like, it's not we're not included in this one, so
I can see the comments now.
Yeah.
I know what a mission statement is supposed to be, what the whole goal is about, right?
Right.
I would agree.
Okay. I was just curious. Okay. So if what I read is the goal, and I have a logical brain, and I would try to determine what that means, I may come to certain conclusions.
Yep. Because we're not in it.
Yo, y'all really okay?
All right, y'all.
It's
been real.
Let you get off, because we don't want to go on rant. You know, like maybe we'll have to save that one for next week.
That's gonna be messy.
Yeah, we can't be like you remember the like rap videos that be having a story and the end it'd be like to be continued, and then you never get the video.
It never came. That shit never came. You be like, what happened to homie? I ain't about to find out. That story is done. That was a hook for next week.
We never get part 2.
Oh shit. Maybe we'll like Black Lives Matter next week. Ooh, all right.
Yeah, we'll put that next week.
We'll put that in the notes.
Yeah,
we'll go into that topic.
We'll get into it next week. We promise the people we won't be like that. We won't be like, oh, you know, we'll tackle this at another time, and then you'll never hear it again.